Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to take a look at the latest Warhammer 40k balance data slate. It's been 3 months since the last one popped up, so has that time flown? So let's have a look at it. They've put up an article on Warhammer Community. You can go check all of this out on Warhammer Community if you want to. And so yeah, they talk about it's been 3 months since the last last balanced data slate. Why do I keep saying battle? Since then there's been 2 new codices, Adeptus Custodes and Into the Cults, and a whole new season of Warhammer 40,000 focusing on Warzone Nakmund. We've also got Chapter Approved 2022, which brings a host of changes to the game, including a bevy of points changes summarised here, but the designers aren't done, and now it's time for the next instalment of the Balanced Data Slate. This is a quarterly free download for Warhammer 40k design team, which rounds up balance and changes. This edition of the Data Slate contains simple to understand updates to a handful of Drukhari outlier units in Warhammer 40k, making for a better play experience for all. It is much shorter than the last data slate, though no less vital. Most of the balance changes from the previous round remain, which is good news for Necrons and the Lehman Russ battle tank. And so, let's talk about it. The Warhammer 40k studio explains, the balanced data slate is fairly light touch in comparison to the previous iteration, as the points changes in the season's Minotaur and Field Manual address the more general outliers in balance. As the Nakmund season gets underway, changes to the Grand Tournament mission pack coupled with these points updates should provide an exciting new state of play. It should take a little bit of time for a new metagame to emerge. That said, we recognise both of our playtesting and our community feedback that points drops to certain Drukhari units, notably Homunculus Covens, have put them out of sync with most other units in the Codex and game. We thought it appropriate to limit power of the synergies and combos available to certain Homunculus Coven units, removing the core keyword from both varieties of the Pain Engine, the Talos and the Kronos, is intended to reduce their efficiency and provide a more balanced field of compelling options within the Drukhari Codex. They, however, remain terrifying units on the tabletop, as they rightly should be, but should feel a little less oppressive this season. We also tweaked the Artist of the Flesh obsession so that it only applies to weaponry below Strength 8. This small tweak should reduce its utility while maintaining its efficiency in most situations and bringing it more in line with the other available obsessions. There is also a bundle of FAQs for more or less every Warhammer 40k release to date, from the core book of Imperial Unknown Compendium and everything in between. Check them all out here to see all the nitty gritty changes to your faction. Pretty cool. So we'll open up the balanced data slate here, and we'll just get a look and we'll have a quick little overview of what exactly we got. So if you're remembering universal match play rule, it cannot include more than 1 aircraft model if you're playing a combat patrol or incursion, more than 2 if you're playing a strike force, and more than 3 models if you're playing an onslaught sized game. You can change the safe characteristic of Astromed's Lehman Russ models to a 2+, tank orders ability for Regiment Tank Commander. You can make for 1 friendly Regiment Vehicle unit within 6 inch of the Tank Commander instead of selecting a Regiment Lehman Russ unit. Each time a regiment with the Voice of the Command ability issues one of the following ornaments to a Regiment Infantry unit, the same order can be issued to more than 1 friendly Regiment Infantry units that are within 6. Base Marines here got the exploding 6s on effectively when they die. Each time a model with this ability makes a melee attack, a hit roll of a 6 scores an additional hit. Remove the core keyword from the Talos and Kronos, and then the changes to Drukhari, all good. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights, all vehicles with these keywords, gain the following ability: Towering Foe, counting as 5, so more objective control. And then you've got some objectives secured. Core keyword remaining on a ton of different Necron keywords, and the changes to the ability to take, it can not include more than 1 of the following options: boom daggers, custom boom blasters, mega scrap jets, rocket trap squid buggies, shock track dragsters. So pretty solid data slate there. But that wasn't all. We saw some FAQs as well for Warhammer 40k, so let's take a look at these. We've got a ton of them updated on the 4th. You can see here just an absolute load of different things, so we'll check out them one by one. So Caradon, you can see in this one's just added, so this is add the following to the end of the stratagem. This is not cumulative for the effect of Dune Striders. Cool. And then we've got updated Warhammer 40,000 core rules. So you can see the magenta change here. Occasionally a reinforcement unit that is a transport will require an embarked unit to disembark when that unit is set up. The drop pod, a unit that disembarks from a transport that is a reinforcement unit, and that turn the transport model is set up, is also considered to be a reinforcement. Redeploying units. If a unit has an ability that allows it to set up in a location other than the battlefield, or an eligible for a stratagem that allows the unit to be in a location other than on the battlefield, and that unit selected for an ability that allows it to be redeployed, that unit cannot be set up in a location other than on the battlefield unless specifically specified in the redeployment ability itself. Setting up disembarking when a transport model is destroyed. If you cannot set up every model from that unit that was embarked with it, only models that cannot be set up are destroyed. Cool. Additional attacks for a pair of weapons. If a model is equipped with 2 weapons that have an ability that each time the bearer fights, if equipped with 2, make 1 additional attack. That model makes 1 additional attack, not 1 for each specified weapon. And then aircraft engagement rule, the only exception are units that fly, which can end a charge move within engagement range of an enemy aircraft model. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all the changes we're seeing to the core rules. We've got 1, so 9. If a transport model is under the effects of an ability which would apply a modifier to a dice roll made when making a ranged attack, the same modifier applies each time an embarked model makes an attack as well. If a unit has disembarked from a transport model, rules which allow that unit to be treated as though it remained stationary have no effect. So just a whole bunch of clarification here on a bunch of different FAQ on a bunch of different transport issues. Octarius has a nice little FAQ as well. So Fortress Redemption changed the damage characteristic of the Fragstone missiles to 1. And then you've got, if an honoured veteran of the Watch strategy is used to grant the Sergeant model a Warlord trait, is that Warlord trait considered to be on the Sergeant model or on the models in the unit? Just the Sergeant. Note this means that some Warlord traits or some parts of the Warlord traits may not take effect while other models besides the Sergeant are still in this unit. If I use a field promotion stratagem and select the old grudges of gifted commanded Warlord trait, do I then select one of those units Warlord traits effect? No. At the start of the battle round, when selecting a Warlord trait for a model with a Gestalt Commander Warlord trait, can I select the likes of Alien Cunning or Heighting Senses? No. And then just continuing on, there's a bunch of different Psychic Awakening. War of the Spider has one as well. This is just all updates to its current one. But there is a ton of different FAQs across here that you should definitely check out for all your Warhammer 40k armies. They go across a vast variety of different rules, just a lot of little tidy up. There's nothing too game breaking or anything in most of them. But what do you think of all the FAQs, the balanced data slate? Let us know in the comment below. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked down in the description of the video. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel more financially, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members, of which you'll find both the links of both of them down in the video's description as well. As a special thank you to everyone who does support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give a shout out to them all. So a special thanks to our Patreons, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, and Samuel. And a special shout out to our YouTube members as well: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Rollis, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, the Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Sean Scott, DS, and Ariana Edwards. And a special thanks lastly to, first of all, Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you can see pictured here for the channel. And a special shout out to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work for our Discord server. You're both absolute legends. Thank you all for watching once again. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.